Back in the book segment tonight, Rolling with Corolla. We begin with a new dictum from Washington State. No longer can state employees use the word penmanship. It is now handwriting. Why? Because the word man in penmanship apparently offensive. Here now, the former host of The Man Show, Adam Carolla, who joins us from Los Angeles. So if you were doing The Man Show now, it would be the handwriting show. Correct?
It will be the People Show or the Ma'am Show, anything but the Man Show.
The point is that people, Americans, see, it's all our fault, Carolla. It's the folks' fault. Because we accept this, that penmanship can no longer be said. Now, I'm going to go out and say penmanship as much as I can, and I want everybody else to do it too in Washington State. Even if it's not in, just go out every morning and go, penmanship, across the whole state, because we have to fight back, Carolla.
Yeah, you're going to lose your job faster when they think you're insane, by the way, Bill.
Well, I mean, then I would have lost it a long time ago.
But look at it this way. I mean, you just take something like immigration. It used to be illegal alien. Remember illegal alien? Yeah. And then became illegal immigrant. And then it is now unauthorized immigrant. And pretty soon it's going to be border heroes.
But here's my favorite. Here's my favorite. All right, article in the Washington Business Journal says that many realtors across the country will no longer use the term master bedroom, all right, because it has a slave connotation. Now, if you want to buy a home, it isn't the master bedroom, it's the owner's suite. Now, I thought the owner's suite was when you watch a football game with the owner of the football team. But apparently, it's a bedroom.
This is going to affect the auto industry as well, because in every car on the highway, there's a master cylinder. And if you drive a stick, there's a slave cylinder, which actuates the clutch. So we're going to have to fix that one. And the bigger point is this. Hey, lawmakers, hey, politicians, how about you start doing what we want you to do, which is fill the potholes, which is get the school systems up and running, which is weed out the sleeper cells with the Al-Qaeda living amongst us. Start doing what we want you to do instead of your long 6-year projects to correct handwriting or to go from this to that. Nobody cares about these titles. It doesn't fix a thing. It doesn't get anyone a job. It doesn't build a dam. It doesn't
what it does is it suppresses conversation. Let me give you a list. Even you will be amazed at this, Carolla. If you are on a train, you're no longer a brakeman. You're a brake operator. If you run the company, you are not the chairman. You hold the position of chair. The position of chair. Okay? Dairyman?
Yeah.
No. Dairy farmer. Okay? Not dairymen. Fisherman? Just Fisher. Just Fisher. I thought Carrie Fisher. Is she getting carp? No. You can't be a fisherman. Flagman, flagger. Foreman, jury person. Freshman in college. First year student. Okay?
Right.
Ranchman,
Bill,
ranchers.
by the way,
go ahead.
I tried the position of chair last night with my wife, and I threw out my lower back.
Okay. And that has another connotation there that you may be sued over. So what we're having here is a contraction of the language. You know, it used to be that the masculine pronoun was used, all right, for everyone. You cannot do that anymore. You cannot even have proper grammar anymore as far as what was handed down to us from the British. No more. And this gender stuff, I think, is totally out of control. Last word, Carolla, make it a good one.
Well, my point is, does it fix anything? I want to fix things. You know what I mean? American Indian, indigenous people, Indian, Native American. Okay, we can call anyone anything we want. But let's work on the problem, not work on the title and forget the problem.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because it is no longer the Cleveland Indians. We're breaking this tonight. It's the Cleveland Indigenous.
I don't know, Bill.
Okay, in your
I don't think
podcast,
well on my
Carolla,
feet.
I want you to come up with 5, and this is your assignment, homework assignment. 5
I shall.
things that rhyme with indigenous. All right, Adam Carolla, there he is, everyone.
You've got it locked to HTLA Radio 1, New York.
This program is intended for mature audiences only. If you have any homicidal or suicidal feelings, please consult a doctor before listening to this program.
Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be to you. It's actually 3 p.m. here in New York City. HTLA Radio 1, New York's Coffee and Cigarettes. For today, Thursday, February 5th, the Thursday Double-Double, coming at you live from HTLA Studio 2 Manhattan. And my goodness, what do we got for you today? Well, we got a lot of good stuff for you today is what we got. We got Detroit man who says he's going to behead New York Police Department cops. Yeah. And NBC's anchor man extraordinaire, Brian Williams, recants his Iraq claim. Yeah, that's a good one. And hey, remember that Ohio terrorist from last week or so? Yeah, well, he faces video evidence, apparently, in his upcoming trial. Also, a new way to deal with your misbehaving kids, and I love this. Chop their hair off. That's right. And get this. Get this. Pope Francis, the Pope, the Roman Catholic icon himself, he's going to address Congress? What? Oh, yeah, apparently. Well, we got all that, and Jenny and Louie and Tom and George, so come on in and grab a cup, have a seat, gang, light one up. It is coffee time. Happy Thursday to you, all of you out there in Radio Land. Yeah. Yeah, always time for Tim Hortons. Well, good evening, good afternoon, again, whatever it may be to you. 27 degrees Central Park right now, mostly sunny, and yeah, it's cold, but we're dealing, we're making do. Doing what we can here. Of course, the one, the only Jenny McCartney in the booth, pushing those buttons, making us go. The social media icon herself. Yeah. Apparently she's hosting a little get-together tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern in the HTLA forums. Yeah. Weird. I guess. I don't know. Now, she's got like 2,500 messages, and she can't get to them all, of course, because she's only human. And yeah, so she wanted to know if we'd mind her having a impromptu mass chat tonight. So she'll be doing that at 9 p.m. Eastern at the HTLA Radio 1 forums. Again, you can find those at radio1newyork.proboards.com. That's where you go for that. And, yeah, be interesting. Sure. What the hell? I still don't know how are you doing it? I really don't know. It's like she's got like these secret nude photos or something up that nobody else knows about or something, because she's got 4,000 friends now. She's only been on Facebook this is day 4, right? Yeah. 4th day of being on Facebook. She has 4,000 fans. I've got like 500, and I'm the host of the damn show, and I've been here for years. I don't know what's going on there. Big show for us today. Got a bunch of stuff for you, and of course, all our usual guest hosts. The usual roundup of crew here at HTLA, and but they've screwed me here today. Yeah, just so you all know, they've completely screwed me. They've changed around my little command center here where I usually broadcast from. It's screwing with my chi. I'm kind of lost here. So if there's some hiccups in the show, or if I seem like I just don't know what the hell I'm doing, that'd probably be why. I think we seriously have to move this back to the way it was, because this is just, it's like I'm trying to do everything left-handed. I don't know. Anyway, today's show is, of course, as always, brought to you by the fine folks at Tim Hortons, New York City, now with 8 locations in the big city to serve all your coffee and baked goods needs. If you want it always fresh, hit Tim Hortons. Also, PreSonus. Yes, we are a PreSonus broadcast studio here with the PreSonus Live 24/4/2 digital mixer that's just a slice of heaven on earth, I got to tell you. So, yes, check out more at presonus.com. Definitely worth looking into their gear. Top-notch stuff. And, I guess I got to say it. Today's show, and I'm taking off my headphones. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. There. Okay. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Headphones are off. Today's show is...
Powered by Procast.
Is it done yet? Can I... Okay. That's right. I take them off because it's way too loud in the control room here. Yeah. So what do we got rolling? Got a lot of stuff rolling. I guess without further ado, yes, we should, of course, bring in the guests. My first guest, who's always on the show, is the man who taught me film and television directing and acting and all kinds of good stuff, except editing. The one, the only Louie Lawless, all the way from Millbay Studios in beautiful Millbay, British Columbia. Louie, are you there?
You know how to spell my last name on the check, right? It's Louie Lawless.
Yes, sir, I do.
Oh, can we cuss? Can I cuss as I always do on the show?
Well, you do what you got to do. Okay, that we'll just call it that.
Wait a minute, I got lost. HTLA. Oh, HTLA. Hell is that?
That would be your career, going down the tubes, which is, of course, why you're accessible to us, and you're here.
It's about fucking time. Move on. All
right, yes, sir. Moving on from his $60 million penthouse overlooking Columbus Circle in the beautiful city of New York, the one, the only Tom Cruise. Tom, you there?
Absolutely.
Good man. Glad to have you today.
Sure, absolutely.
And from his lovely home back again on the West Coast, man, we're just crossing the back and forth across the continent here. We got Louie on the West Coast up in Mill Bay. We've got Tom here in New York with us, and then we've got the one, the only George Takei, or no, I keep screwing that. George Takei, thank you. All the way from his home in sunny Los Angeles, California. How are you, George?
I think it's a treat to be here talking with you.
All right. Well, it's good to have you as always. Absolutely. And it's going to be a good show today. Got lots to cover. But again, they've screwed me up here. Everything's kind of backwards here for me, so you'll have to bear with me here. All right, so now that we've got the boys and girls all introduced here, I'm going to go to Jenny by popular request. Actually, the emails keep slamming producer at htlaradio1.com. Yeah, you got to change that, Jenny. It's going nuts. But anyway, everybody wants to hear Jenny, and she's just the girl in the booth. Yeah, she's not the host. Like me. Yeah, I'm the host. Damn it.
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut. Always American, always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's a American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Yes, Louie, of course. That's what I was about to say.
You want to move on? Come on. Let's go, man.
All right. Well, moving on. Of course, yeah, what do we... Oh, yes, right. Jenny's clips. Everybody wants to hear Jenny. I guess we should give her a show or something. I don't know. But she's actually, production director, and she helps us out with audio production and all that good stuff here. So I don't know. But we did these clips up, I guess, last week. She's Russian Polish background, so she gave us some English to Russian clips. So we've got some of those here to play for you, just to calm you social media-ites out there who are hungry for Jenny, I guess is the word to use. But yeah, so go ahead, Jenny. You've got the floor, as it were. Hit it.
To say I had a good time in Russian, you would say "Я провел хорошо время." Now say it with me.
No.
I провел, had, хорошо, a good, время, time. Я провел хорошо время. Great. Say it again with me.
No.
Я
Nope.
провел хорошо время. Я провел хорошо время. And that is how you say I had a great time in Russian.
Absolutely.
Okay. And what's the other one you're gonna do? Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. She's gonna count to 10 apparently in Russian, gang. Hang on here.
To count to 10 in Russian, we would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great, let's do it again.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that is how you count to 10 in Russian.
Oh, my God. Well, thank you. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only, Jenny McCartney. Again, not to be confused with Playboy's Jenny McCarthy, or indeed, fellow broadcaster, formerly of Alaska, now of Nebraska, the one, the only J.J. McCartney. She's not him either. So there we go.
The trick is using that word in a conversation, in your writing. It's the use of that word that makes it your own.
I'm assuming you're talking about the Russian there, George?
I wasn't expecting that reaction.
Well, okay. I just, I'm just kind of putting it out there, kind of questioning, everything.
I don't buy into this whole thing of being normal. There's no such thing as normal.
Right. No, that's true. And speaking of that, George is a little bit on the fringe. He's out there on the edge in that LGBT thing. Give us the lowdown on Bobby. I want to hear it.
The boys around me were saying things like, Sally is cute, or Monica is hot. And I thought Sally and Monica were nice, but who really got me excited was Bobby.
Yeah, gotta love that Bobby. Oh.
I think it's appalling.
Well, you would, Tom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course you would. That's okay. Fine. Okay, you want to play that game? Let's play that game. George, tell us about Bobby's body. Huh?
What particularly was exciting was he had blonde forearm hair, and he was tan, that glistened. That's when what caught my eye when I first saw him. Mm-hmm. He had his T-shirt on, but you can see that he had great pectoral T-shirts. And then to see it off, and his whole gorgeous body.
Oh, there you go, Tom. Just for you.
No one's ever said that to me.
I don't know, Tom. I think there's probably something you want to tell the world.
That is absolutely, maybe from your perspective.
Well, yeah.
Listen, we raise children.
Yeah?
I mean, how do you answer that? How do you answer that question?
You don't answer it, Tom. No, you don't break something like that here in little old HTLA, do you?
Can you give me any help for $25,000?
Man, come on, Louie. The heck would you need $25,000 for? As if I didn't know.
I need to try and raise $25,000 to enter in the Academy Awards, and I think it's a fantastic risk because we have a tremendous chance. There's about 200 members that vote on it, and they all you have to give them a DVD now.
Oh, I know. Isn't it terrible? That $125 DVD you've got to give to each of them. Jesus, really?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, it's nothing for you, Tom. Come on, that's pocket change.
You're stepping over a line now.
Oh.
You're stepping over a line. You know you are. I'm just telling you right now, put your manners back in.
All right, fine. My manners are back in. You know what? To make you feel better, why don't you tell us how you got involved once again in Scientology? Will that make you feel better? Huh?
Absolutely. A friend of mine actually gave me this, it was actually this picture book about suppression, and social and antisocial personalities, and I was like, what is this? This is Scientology. I said, I'm very interested. And that's when I became a Scientologist, about 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, picture books. That's what does it for Tom.
No one's ever said that to me.
Well, I know, but hey, that's what it is.
You want to move on? Come on. Let's go, man.
Right. Okay.
Fucking time. Move on. All
right, let's move on. We're going to go for our first commercial break. When we come back, we're going to see this Detroit man who's threatening the NYPD with beheadings. Yeah, that's always fun, isn't it? Yeah. Or not. And a whole bunch of stuff to get to, so stick around, boys and girls. We'll be back in 2.
You've got it locked to New York's best talk, HTLA Radio
1. What if there was a coffee that was sourced from some of the world's most renowned growing regions? Abundant with rich, fertile soil. What if this coffee was picked at the perfect moment, then packed meticulously and shipped carefully to be roasted under the watchful eye of coffee masters? What if it was expertly blended, ground, and sealed, ensuring maximum flavor and freshness, then brewed in small batches and always served fresh within 20 minutes, just the way you like it? Now, what if this coffee just happened to be the coffee you already know and love? Tim Hortons. Always fresh, always great tasting coffee.
White Rum has a new captain. Introducing the all-new Captain Morgan White Rum. 5 times distilled for a smoother taste.
The hot new accessory, brows that wow. New from Maybelline, New York, it's Brow Drama, our first sculpting ball brush with tinted gel. Just sweep, then sculpt for bolder, sculpted brows. New Brow Drama. Get the look at Maybelline.com.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
In this fast-paced, digital everything life, there's nothing like experiencing the world's finest journalism in its original form. So sign up today for as little as $3.80 a week to receive the greatest newspaper in the world and all the incredible experiences that come with it.
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was
beautiful.
A broom closet.
But the
worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the
Egyptian cotton towels.
Shower curtain. Defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York.
Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
You know we are. That's right. You got it locked to HTLA Radio 1 New York. Chris the Crashman Jesus here with you this afternoon on the Coffee and Cigarettes Thursday Double Double. That's right. That's the Tim Hortons drink of choice. That's right. Tim Hortons, New York City. 8 locations to serve all your coffee and baked goods needs. Get down there and see them today, baby. Oh, yeah. Too loud, man. Too loud. All right. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Got to apologize for that, actually. They like I said at the beginning of the show, they've changed everything around on me, and they've changed mics, and all the computers are backwards. It's like I'm working here left-handed, and I'm not left-handed. It's tough. It's a nightmare. But I'm trying to deal. Anyway, welcome back to the big show. Coffee and Cigarettes Thursday Double Double, HTLARadio1.com. Check out for all the weird and wacky, wonderful talk shows out there. Brought to you every week and every day. Yes. Okay. Is that better? No, I don't know. Everything's going to hell in a handbasket around here today. Got to be telling you, it's not good.
Well,
absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
a Shakespeare buff. I went to the Shakespeare Institute at Stratford-upon-Avon in England. And Shakespeare loved the language. I mean, he used it gloriously and vividly, colorfully.
Mm-hmm.
And so, being a Shakespeare buff, I enjoy language too. And so I use words that are descriptive, that are specific, and that are that have content.
Well, there you go, George, and thank you very much for that. That was a great voluntary offering of the Shakespeare background, yeah. Well, welcome back to the big program this afternoon, Coffee and Cigarettes Thursday Double Double. And our number one story up on the hit parade today is a man's Facebook postings that have landed him in federal court, where he is charged with threatening to behead the New York City police officers who were involved in the July chokehold death of an African-American man. I should say unarmed African-American man, yes. It's always, you got to be unarmed there. Well, according to records in U.S. District Court, the man's Facebook page included the post, quote, "I'm going to personally kill and behead Daniel Palanteo. This is a written threat and has to be taken extremely seriously," end quote. Palanteo is the New York City officer who was involved in the arrest and death of Eric Garner back on July 17th. Now, the FBI says that the man behind the post is Alvaro Eduardo Guzman, 29 years old, of Hamtramck. I don't even know what on God's green earth that is. What is that? Hamster wheel? What? Hamtramck, I guess. Okay. Who was tracked down following a tip received by the FBI office in New York. According to an affidavit filed by FBI agent Juan Herrera, the FBI office in New York received a tip on December 29th about a Facebook user who was posting threatening messages about law enforcement between the 15th of December and the 19th. The Facebook user's name was Eduardo Guzman, a.k.a. Captain Akib, who owns 3 handguns, the affidavit states. The first of Guzman's posts states, "Kill cops on sight, no matter what the circumstances." Yeah, I think that's a healthy statement. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sure. Well, the FBI traced a Facebook user to Sterling Heights and sent agents to a home there on January 1st where they found Guzman. Actually, they found his mother. He lives with his mommy. Oh, he found his mother. And, oh, that's awesome. Who told agents that she knew of her son's Facebook postings and told him to delete his posts and that he could get in trouble, the affidavit said. Guzman followed his mother's advice and deleted the posts, the affidavit said. The mother also told federal agents that on December 19th, her son had traveled to Mexico by car. She also told them that he was living in Hamtramck. That's the name of the place. Hamtramck. That's it. No I, no nothing fancy to make it an actual word. No, it's Hamtramck. According to the affidavit, Guzman has no criminal history. Man, that's surprising. He has been arrested and is facing up to 5 years in prison on a charge of interstate transmission of threatening communications. His attorney, James Thomas, was not readily available for comment because he's embarrassed about the sad case, I gotta say. I would be too. Oh, man, can you believe that?
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut, always hustling, always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's a American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Absolutely. I think it's appalling.
I did not sleep with him.
You didn't? The heck, Jared? You're slacking in your old age, Jared.
You are a douchebag.
Right, I know. That's okay. I'll let you go with that one. Next up on the old hit parade, of course, is NBC's Brian Williams. Yeah, anchor, NBC, the big man, the national news guy. Well, he's in the news today himself as recanting his claims that he was on board a helicopter forced down in 2003 during the invasion of Iraq. The claim has been wildly cited, and Williams repeated it on the air Friday, but he subsequently said in a Facebook post and also told Stars and Stripes in an interview that he did not remember the events correctly and he misspoke. In a conversation on Facebook, Williams said he was sorry for the error. Quote, I feel terrible about making this mistake, especially since I found my own writing about the incident, and I was indeed on the Chinook behind the bird that took the RPG in the tail, housing just above the ramp, Williams wrote. Because I have no desire to fictionalize my experience and no need to dramatize events, as I just did, I think the constant viewing of the video showing us inspecting the impact area and the fog of memory over 12 years made me conflict with the two, and I apologize. There he goes. Well, he might think he's off scot-free, but no, social media won't let him. They're barbecuing this man. The recent events unfolded after crew members from the Chinook helicopter that was hit by rockets and small arms fire told Stars and Stripes that Williams was not near that helicopter or two others flying in formation that were struck. According to the news organization, Williams arrived in the area about an hour after. Williams told Stars and Stripes, I don't know what screwed up in my mind that caused me to conflate one aircraft with another. The news anchor most recently made the error on Friday during television coverage of a tribute to the retired soldier at a New York Rangers hockey game. On his Facebook apology, Williams wrote, quote, my attempt to honor his 23-plus years in service to our nation, and it had been 12 years since I saw him. The ultimate irony is that in writing of the synopsis of the 2 nights and 3 days I spent with him in the desert, I managed to switch aircraft. Nobody trying to steal anyone's valor, quite the contrary. I was and remain a civilian journalist covering the stories of those who volunteered for duty. Williams, now 55, has been an anchor of the NBC Evening News since 2004, and he is also a former White House correspondent who I think should really know frickin' better, don't you?
I think it's appalling.
Yeah, well.
Use power. That's why power is corrupt, and it is. We see it every day. We see it in every job. It's the same thing.
Sure. Well, yeah. That's true, Louie. Very, very true.
You being Catholic, you realize that you can have birth control. You realize that?
I do. Thank you. Thanks for bringing that back. Appreciate it, Louie.
Absolutely.
I don't know what the hell's going on here.
You want to move on? Come on. Let's go, man.
Right. We are a little bit behind here today because they've screwed with me so much here in the studio. Moving on, you might remember the story we talked about on Coffee and Cigarettes here about 2 weeks ago about that Ohio terrorist. Yes, that sleeper in Cincinnati. Well, the FBI now says they have video and audio recordings of the Ohio man accused of plotting the attack at the U.S. Capitol. That information was initially revealed Tuesday when U.S. District Court Judge Sandra Beckwith met with attorneys in her chambers to discuss handling classified information in the case of Christopher Lee Cornell. Cornell, 20 years old, of Green Township, is accused of plotting to plant pipe bombs at the U.S. Capitol and fatally shoot government workers. He was arrested last month, moments after buying 2 rifles from a gun shop, and told an FBI informant he was on his way to Washington, D.C. Cornell has pleaded not guilty to the attempted murder of U.S. officials and employees and 2 other counts. There are a series of about 6 days of meetings between the individuals over really 3 different visits. All those were recorded. Tim Mangan, the federal prosecutor,